Big news has now arrived on Gunners. You want to know all the details, so follow me until the end of the video. But first, if you are in love with Arsenal, show your love and subscribe to THE channel now and turn on notifications. Here we post daily news and behind the scenes of the biggest club in THE Premier League, Arsenal. Thank you. Promotion of a forward, Herman a news opportunity, defender missing, all observations from Arsenal's training. Football.London has gathered insights from the midweek training session as Arsenal prepares for their Premier League clash at home against West Ham. After their victory against Leicester City, the players took some well-deserved time off but are now focused on recovery and getting back to full fitness. Mikel Arteta led the training on Tuesday morning, which prominently featured several young stars due to the ongoing injury crisis within the squad. Notably absent were Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Takahiro Tomiyasu, all of whom are working diligently to recover from their frustrating injuries. Kit colours and promotions. One of the first things that caught our attention was the difference in training kits worn by the senior and younger players. The first team donned a sleek black and grey training kit, while the younger players were dressed in navy blue. Among those in the black kit was Nathan Butler-Oidiji, 22, indicating that he has received a squad promotion. This aligns with the similar promotions of Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri, who are not seen in the navy attire, a development that is becoming less surprising as the season progresses. Where is Jakub Kiwior? As we scanned for players in training, it was notable who was missing. While David Raya was spotted, backup goalkeeper Neto was absent from the photos, only appearing in a group image without any recorded goalkeeping drills. The most concerning absence was that of Jakub Kiwior. His consistent availability has been reassuring, so his absence raised some alarms. It's possible he simply wasn't in the camera's line of sight, which we hope is the case since Arsenal can't afford any more fitness setbacks. In one image, a player with their back to the camera could potentially be Kiwior, but it's impossible to confirm due to the number on the bib not matching his jersey number. A new forward option. In a positive turn of events, 17-year-old Andre Herman Anuz was seen training with the senior team alongside William Saliba. Given the unfortunate injury woes in the attacking line, he presents a fresh forward option that Mikel Arteta might consider. He was joined by other promising young talents from the first team, including Josh Nichols, Josh Algonaik, and Mikal Rosiak. The emergence of these young players could provide a much-needed boost to the squad as they navigate this challenging period. As Arsenal moves forward, the integration of these young talents could be crucial, and fans will be watching closely to see how Arteta utilizes them in the upcoming matches. The resilience and adaptability of the squad will be tested, but with the right adjustments, there's potential for a thrilling finish to the season. As Arsenal gears up for their crucial match against West Ham, the spotlight on young players like Herman Anuz could lead to exciting developments. Mikel Arteta's willingness to incorporate fresh talent demonstrates not only a commitment to the future, but also a strategic response to the current injury crisis. Fans are eagerly anticipating how these young stars will step up when given the chance. Emerging opportunities. The recent injury setbacks for established players could open the door for Herman Anuz and others to prove their worth on a bigger stage. With the pressure mounting and the team in need of offensive firepower, this could be the perfect moment for a young player to make a name for themselves. Supporters are hopeful that Herman Anuz, along with others like Josh Nichols and Josh Algonaik, can provide the spark the team desperately needs. Implications for team dynamics. The integration of younger players also has implications for the team dynamics. Veteran players like William Saliba and others can serve as mentors, guiding the younger generation as they adapt to the rigors of Premier League football. This blend of youth and experience can foster a sense of camaraderie and resilience, vital for a squad facing the pressures of a title race. Fan reactions and expectations. The fan base has responded with excitement to the prospect of seeing new faces on the pitch. Social media platforms are buzzing with discussions about how these young players can inject fresh energy into the team. Many supporters believe that this could be a turning point in the season, allowing Arsenal to capitalize on their youthful talent while established stars recover from injury. Additionally, the club's management is likely keeping a close eye on these developments. If Herman Anuz and others can perform well, it may influence future transfer strategies and the overall direction of the squad. The success of young talents can also create a positive feedback loop, encouraging the club to invest more in their youth academy and development programs. Looking ahead. As Arsenal prepares for this pivotal match, the importance of their training sessions cannot be overstated. The team will need to not only recover physically but also build chemistry and confidence among players of varying experience levels. How well they can do this in the upcoming games could determine their success in the league. Moreover, the potential return of injured stars will add another layer of complexity. Once players like Saka and Jesus are back in the mix, Arteta will face the challenge of balancing squad depth with tactical coherence. The decisions made in the coming weeks could significantly shape Arsenal's campaign. In conclusion, the upcoming match against West Ham is more than just another fixture. It represents a crucial moment for Arsenal as they navigate injuries and look to harness the potential of their youth. Fans, players, and management alike are united in their hope that this could mark the beginning of a thrilling chapter in the season, one where fresh talent shines and the team rallies together to overcome adversity. All eyes will be on Herman Anus and his fellow youngsters as they strive to make an impact and help propel Arsenal towards success. Mikel Arteta set to unveil the truth about Mikel Merino at Arsenal amidst a tough dilemma. As Arsenal prepares for the upcoming matches, all eyes are on Mikel Merino and the pivotal role he might play in the squad. With just 20 minutes of action as a striker in the away game against Leicester City, the pressing question remains: can Merino step up and fill the void for the remainder of the season? Given his limited goal-scoring record, relying on him as a central forward is undeniably a risk. The argument in favour of Merino is compelling. His physical presence makes him the closest player to Kai Havertz in terms of playing style. Initially brought in to play as a left-sided midfielder like Havertz, Merino represents the latest attempt to replicate the mix of strength and output that Granit Xhaka provided last season. While Havertz and Declan Rice have found their own roles, the team still seeks that elusive balance. As a natural box-to-box midfielder, Merino fits the profile for the position. However, his transition to life in England has been slow, hampered by injuries and the overall rigidity in the team's play this season. Yet, when Arteta needed him most against Leicester, Merino answered the call. With the team struggling to break through a stubborn defence, he rose to the occasion, scoring his third and fourth Premier League goals of the season in a display reminiscent of Havertz's best moments. Now, with no other viable 9 options emerging, Arteta faces a dilemma. Should he stick with Merino as a starter? His post-match comments offered little clarity. "We will have to share that burden, and we know that," Arteta said, hinting at the need for flexible solutions in the striker role for the remainder of the season. There will be various contexts. Sometimes we'll need to make a substitution because a player isn't performing, the opponent is doing something different, or due to fatigue or bookings. Arteta's strategy included Leandro Trossard centrally, with Raheem Sterling on the left and Ethan Nwaneri on the right. By the end of March, the return of key wingers Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka could further bolster the squad, but until then, the road ahead is challenging. Upcoming matches against West Ham, followed by tricky away games against Nottingham Forest and Manchester United, will test Arsenal's resolve. Each fixture brings new questions, requiring different attributes from their forwards. Could Merino be the unicorn they desperately need? Mikel has that instinct, Arteta noted. He poses a real threat because he can sense danger. He anticipates action and has excellent timing for getting into crucial areas. Plus, he has the ability to execute with various parts of his body. He needed the delivery, and he certainly had that today. However, Arteta's comments don't definitively answer whether Arsenal will lean more on Merino as an orthodox striker between now and May. What is certain is the limited alternatives available. Merino's goal record at Real Sociedad, just 20 goals in 190 league appearances over 6 seasons, raises concerns about expecting significant contributions in the attacking third. Yet, in a more creative environment like Arsenal, where his strengths could be better utilised, the goals scored against Leicester hint that his contributions may not be entirely coincidental. If Merino can find his rhythm alongside the other forwards, it may present a natural solution to the team's ongoing challenges. Arteta has already demonstrated his adaptability by fielding Merino without extensive practice or familiarity with the system. "I think the game started to suit him more as the opposition began to defend deeper," Arteta explained, discussing his rationale for bringing Merino into play. "We had more momentum, more sequences, and more set pieces during that period. We believed he could impact the game, and thankfully, he did." How long had that decision been brewing? "I explored all the options, but there were many," Arteta reflected, outlining his thought process. "Once you start considering alternatives, it can be overwhelming. Ultimately, you have to visualize what might work and the variables, options, and synergies within the team. Then you need to feel it, what the game is demanding." We felt it was him at that moment, and he needed to deliver, which is the hardest part in football. Merino did deliver. His performance showcased abilities that neither Sterling nor Trossard could replicate at that moment. This may be enough to see him start against West Ham and could signal an unexpected solution to one of Arteta's most pressing challenges. As the season progresses, the stakes are high, and the spotlight is firmly on Mourinho to rise to the occasion. The Arsenal faithful will be watching closely, hoping for a new chapter in the team's pursuit of success. As the anticipation builds ahead of the match against West Ham, Mikel Arteta's decision-making will come under even greater scrutiny. The pressure to maximize the squad's potential amid injury woes is palpable. Should Mourinho be given the nod as a central forward, it will not only test his ability to deliver but also reflect Arteta's faith in youth and adaptability. Building momentum. With Mourinho's recent performance, there's a growing sense of momentum within the squad. His ability to step up when it mattered most against Leicester has sparked discussions among fans and pundits alike about his role moving forward. Many believe that if he can maintain this level of performance, he could become a critical asset in the final stretch of the season. Arsenal's fanbase is optimistic, rallying behind the young midfielder as he becomes a focal point of their hopes for success. The ripple effect. Mourinho's potential emergence as a key player could have wider implications for the team's dynamics. If he can continue to find the back of the net, it will not only ease the burden on established stars like Havertz but also allow Arteta to rotate his squad more effectively. This could prove essential, especially with the grueling schedule ahead, including crucial fixtures that will impact their standing in the Premier League. Moreover, his success could encourage Arteta to take further risks with youth players. The trust in young talent can foster a more dynamic and resilient team culture, essential for tackling the challenges of top-flight football. If Mourinho thrives, it might embolden Arteta to give more opportunities to other promising talents, creating a ripple effect throughout the squad. Fan support and expectations. The support from the Arsenal fan base is a critical component as the season progresses. Fans are known for their passionate backing, and the emergence of players like Mourinho could reignite a sense of hope and excitement. Social media buzz has already highlighted Mourinho's impact, with many supporters calling for him to start against West Ham. Their enthusiasm reflects a broader desire for the club to invest in its future, with young players leading the charge. Upcoming challenges. However, the challenges ahead are daunting. The West Ham game will be pivotal, not just for immediate points but also for establishing a sense of confidence moving into subsequent fixtures. Following West Ham, Arsenal faces Nottingham Forest and Manchester United, both of which are vital in the context of their season. The ability to integrate Mourinho effectively into the lineup could be the difference between a successful run and further struggles. Additionally, as Arsenal approaches the end of the season, questions surrounding the overall squad depth and fitness will become increasingly relevant. The coaching staff will need to carefully manage players returning from injury, ensuring that the team remains competitive without overextending its key assets. Arteta's vision for the future. Arteta's vision for the future will also be shaped by how well he can adapt to these evolving scenarios. His willingness to experiment with lineups and tactics demonstrates a commitment to finding the right balance for success. Should Mourinho prove to be the answer in the striker position, it could redefine the team's attacking strategy moving forward. Ultimately, Mourinho's journey will be watched closely, not just for his performances but for what he symbolizes, a shift towards embracing youth and adaptability in a high-pressure environment. As Arsenal looks to reclaim its place among the Premier League elite, the ability to find gems within the squad may very well dictate their trajectory. With the eyes of the football world fixed on Arsenal, every match presents a new opportunity to build on recent successes and tackle the challenges that lie ahead. Whether Mourinho can sustain this momentum and transform from a promising talent into a reliable starter remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the time for him to shine is now. The stakes are high, and the Arsenal community is ready to rally behind him and the entire squad as they strive for victory.